One day, Yudhishthir found Sri Krishna in meditation. Yudhishthir said, "My lord, the whole world meditates upon God, meditates upon you. Whom are you meditating upon?" Krishna said, "Ganga Nandan, Bhishma, is lying on the bed of arrows. He is waiting for the moment to leave his body, and he is meditating upon me. So, and my rule is, ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham. As one surrenders to me, I shall reciprocate accordingly." This Bhishma was actually an amazing devotee, even though he fought from the side of the Kauravas. He was a brahmachari, he was a satyavrati, the resolve of speaking the truth. He was the upholder of his duty towards the throne of Hastinapur. And he was a great devotee. He is included in the 12 Mahajans, the 12 great souls. He was a Rasik saint and used to meditate on the Braj pastimes of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna, when he would go to graze his cows and come back, the dust from the hooves of the cows would fall on Krishna, decking his body in that dust. So when Bhishma saw Sri Krishna in the Mahabharata, and all the dust from the horses, hooves, etc. was falling on Sri Krishna, he was reminded of those Braj pastimes. Somebody may say, why did Bhishma not take the side of Krishna and the Pandavas? The reason was he wanted to glorify Krishna and his devotion. So he wanted to show that even when the great Bhishma is fighting against, even then the Pandavas are invincible because Krishna is on their side. Yatra yogeshvaraha Krishno yatra partho dhanurdharaha tatra shrir vijayo bhute dhruvo nitir matir mama. So to enhance the glory of Sri Krishna Bhakti, he fought on the opposing side, knowing fully well that he would be killed in battle. And finally, when the arrows struck his body, and he had so many arrows, he fell down. The arrows were so dense that his body was not touching the ground. He was lying on that bed of arrows. At that time, all he remembered was that amazing form of Sri Krishna. Va pata pita ki fehran. Which form of Sri Krishna? Sri Krishna coming to him with that chariot wheel in his hand. Because Sri Krishna had resolved that he will not lift weapons in this war. And Bhishma resolved, Ajujo harihina shastra gahau taulajahu Ganga janani ko shantanu sutana kahau ajujo harihina shastra gahau. If I don't make Krishna lift weapons today, then I am not the son of Mother Ganga and King Shantanu. So, to uphold his devotee's vow, Krishna broke his vow. And he lifted that chariot wheel in his hand and came to kill Bhishma. Bhishma started smiling. Wah, 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 what a wonderful jhanki I am seeing today. Sri Krishna stopped in his tracks, knowing that he had actually fulfilled Bhishma's wish. And that form of Sri Krishna, that angry form, Bhishma filled it in his eyes, where there is no anger, Madhuradipate rakhilam madhuram. There is only sweetness in the Lord. He is pretending to be angry just to please me. So for 6 months he meditated on that form of Krishna. So Krishna told Yudhishthira that, he is meditating on me. I am obliged to meditate upon him. A few more days went by and Yudhishthira developed glani. He said he started thinking, it was my desire to be king which caused all this war. Although actually it was not, but it's the sign of a great soul. He puts the blame onto himself, feels remorse, repentance, all my fault. So that Dharmaraj's avatar Yudhishthira is feeling this remorse. All these deaths, they were all because of my greed for the throne. So Krishna said, no, Yudhishthira, that's not really right. Let's go and understand Dharma. The marma of Dharma, the secret of Dharma. Yudhishthira said, from whom? From the biggest marmagya, the biggest knower of Dharma alive, and that is Bhishma. And he is lying on the bed of arrows. Very shortly he is going to leave his body. So Yudhishthira went, Sri Krishna went, the 5 Pandavas went, Draupadi also went. Now this news spread to the sages of the universe. They all knew that great knowledge is going to be bestowed and exchanged. So the sages also started gathering there. When the Pandavas reached, so Yudhishthira and the Pandavas, they stood close to Bhishma's feet. So Bhishma could see them. They offered their respects. Bhishma said, where is Krishna? Krishna said, I am close to your head, that's why you can't see me. Bhishma said, why don't you come in front? Krishna said, it's my nature to keep myself hidden. Nevertheless, he gave darshan to Bhishma. Bhishma said, I am feeling thirsty. Can water be arranged? He had been lying there for so many months. Arjun understood. Sri Krishna indicated to Arjun. Arjun shot an arrow into the ground and the water of the holy Ganga emerged. It fell on Sri Krishna, on Bhishma's mouth. In a shower, he quenched his thirst. Bhishma said, my neck is also tired. There were no arrows on the head, so the neck was hanging loose. Can I have a pillow? Arjun again understood his meaning. A pillow worthy of a warrior. So he shot 3 arrows under his head and Bhishma got a pillow. Now Yudhishthira began questioning him about Dharma, the codes of conduct, and Bhishma gave an elaborate response. He explained what is the Dharma according to the 4 Varnas and the 4 Ashrams. Brahmachari, Grihasti, Vanaprasthi, Sannyasi. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. According to your stage in life, your profession, your duties, what is it that you should do, what you should think, what are your values, what are your codes of conduct. He explained in detail. Now when Bhishma was giving this lecture, Draupadi began laughing. So Bhishma asked, why is Draupadi laughing? A woman from a good household doesn't laugh unnecessarily like this. What's happening to her? So Krishna said, ask her. Bhishma asked Draupadi, why are you laughing? Draupadi said, I am laughing because you have given this big lecture on Dharma. Where was your Dharma when I was being humiliated in the assembly of the Kauravas. So Bhishma admitted. He said, I was eating the grains from the house of Duryodhan. They had polluted my intellect. Now because of the arrows of Arjun, the blood has drained out from my body and I am able to see clearly. So Bhishma's lecture is not detailed in the Bhagavatam, it's in great detail in the Mahabharata. And he says, Esha me sarva dharmanam dharmodhikatamo matah yad bhaktya pundarikaksham savairarche naras sada. The highest dharma? This Tribhangi Lal, Sri Krishna who's standing here, develop love at his lotus feet. There is no higher dharma than this. Develop love for God, this is the summum bonum of all dharmas. So finally Bhishma said, the auspicious moment for me to depart has arrived. He had this Svecha Mrityu Vardhan. He could leave his body when he wished. So he said, the auspicious moment has arrived. Oh Sri Krishna, I have a request. I have a Kumari Beti, an unmarried girl. I wish to offer her to you. I want her to accept you. Krishna said, Bhishma, you have a girl, but you are a brahmachari. He said, my intellect is Kumari. My intellect has never accepted anyone except you. So I wish to offer this intellect to you, because when death comes, it's going to be exceedingly painful. At the time of death, the scriptures say, it's like 2,000 scorpions biting your body. Now, the mind in such intense pain may get swayed, and the mind may drag the intellect with it. So before any such thing happens, I want my intellect to be wedded to you. Sri Krishna said, done. It's a done deal. He accepted Bhishma's intellect, Bhishma's surrender, and with the Supreme Lord in front of him, Bhishma, the great soul, departed from the world. And as he departed, the sages, they offered their respects. The celestial gods, they showered flowers. Krishna returned, and with the permission of the Pandavas, he departed for Dwarika. Sri Krishna sent Arjun with him, escort him to Dwarika and then come. So Arjun went with Krishna. He stayed in Dwarika for a few months.